So far, nothing untoward seems to have happened, except I think the OBS chat is not connected. Unable to connect to chat. Why? Why can't it connect to chat? What are you doing? Let's do a test. I'll just say test. Oh, yeah, it's not there. But it's here though. Alright, cool. And then I can go like this. Test. Oh, maybe I guess the Automon wouldn't be there either, huh? Quote. Oh no, it's there. Wow, you're a Reddit mod and a Discord admin? Pretty cool. Pretty cool. Anyways, okay. Fuck it. Hopefully, everything works. AliExpress. Our hottest items now over 50% off. Wow, what? What is AliExpress's hottest items? What is this? Why did it check? How confusing. Anyways, that's fine. Okay, let's make slowpoke. Let's just work on slowpoke. I hurt myself the other day. Hi. Cookie's gonna join us probably. There's all my sandpaper. Hello, why was there another stream ammonium? There was another stream? Oh, there was three other streams. Because the computer it keeps turning itself off, and I'm not sure why, so I was running some diagnostics. I'm gonna have to do a really sterile stream today because I don't know why it was overheating. I think it was overheating. I think that was the problem, but I'm not sure. So we're gonna see. I did a test stream. You can see the stream has been running for half an hour, but it was set to private. Um, because I just wanted to see like if it would work, and it worked for half an hour. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna have to cut half an hour of hi, half an hour of footage, but that's fine. Anyways, slowpoke. Look at that. I only have. Oh, wait. That's 1500 grit. Literally, I just have like 1000 and 1500 grits. Oh, 800! 800! Oh, thank you. I want that. You thought Slowpoke was a rat? What, a rat? Like just a rat sitting on my desk? Oh my goodness. Why would a rat be sitting on my desk? I have a cat. Cats and rats, they don't mix. I seriously need to buy some more sandpaper. I'm out of all the good. Well, I'm out of all the really intense grits because whenever you work with 3D printed stuff, you need those big grits. Technically, some do. Oh yeah, that's true. Depends on the cat. Cookie would not get along with a rat. I know that from personal experience. Right, Cookie? Oh, she's gone. She doesn't like this room very much. I don't know why. Alright, we're not going to use this until later. Because this is 1000 grit. We're going to... This is 800 grit. That's what I need. Not in a friendly way, though? Yeah. Like, would you leave a Meowth alone in a room with a pat rat? I don't think so. I don't think that would be a very good idea. Or with a Lipard. What's Lipard's first? Purloin. I like Purloin. That's a good name for a mischievous Pokemon. Dun, 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 dun. Hold on, let me check something real quick. It's gonna be weird not having any, excuse me, sorry. Not having any background sound. I lack the riz to be entertaining without something going on. Hey, look! Stream Elements just showed up. Oh no, that was on the other stream. Leave a Rattata with a level 100 Mew. Isn't Mew a vegan? I always thought Mew was vegan. I don't think Mew would hurt a Rattata. Mew would just go Mew and then fly to Jupiter or wherever Mew is from. Where is Mew from? Or no, Mew is the Pokemon that all Pokemon evolved from, right? Isn't that how it goes? I probably shouldn't have cut this whole thing up. God damn it. Oh, that's thick. Oh yeah, there you go. Ah! Okay. Perfect. Now it's nice and workable. I got my moistened bounty because 3D stuff leaves resin everywhere. Let's see. How can we zoom out? Oh, my thighs! No! No! I almost showed everyone my feet. Except the ones like Arceus and Giratina, right? Giratina, the devil Pokemon, literally. Okay, let's start sanding. There's some like... It's like a... Look at the tail's got all these... Also, when I'm painting the tail, I don't know, do you think it makes more sense to have a gradient of white to pink, or should I feel like what I'm going to do is tape it and then make it cut off, like an obvious cutoff point of when it goes to white to pink. Because so in the like in the trading card art, there's a gradient between the white to pink on the tail, but in the animes, the tail just goes white pink. Like there's no gradient. It just goes from white to pink. Oh, breathe in that resin, baby. Breathe in the carcinogens, baby. Do you think I can get all the way to the point where I can actually prime it today? I hope so. That would be nice. Maybe I can we can zoom. Oh, there we go. See, there's also all these spots where the supports were. I don't know if I'm gonna get rid of all the spots, because spots only really show up on things like, I don't know, it's like dark colors. And oh no, maybe not. Maybe it does show up on light colors too. It's gonna take literal hours to get rid of all of the support holes. Although I'm not gonna do all the holes. I'm not gonna fill in all the holes on the bottom of the body where most of the supports were, because we don't see that part of the model. We only see his cuteness from the front. Walk this lonely road. I don't know why I have that song stuck in my head. Do 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 do. Ba 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 da ba da da. Do 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 do. Ooh! Oh, thank goodness I found 800 grit sandpaper. Oh, thank you. I might have to run to Canadian Tire and pick up some sandpaper is kind of expensive though. I should just buy it on AliExpress. That's why I got these ones. Okay, you can see the discoloration. That's where there was a little hole, but for some reason it printed with a tiny hole on the forehead that I had to get rid of. Right there. But when you go like this, now you can barely see it. Perfect. Oh, I dropped sand. Okay. I really like 3D printing Pokemon. They're fun to paint. I should do a Tyranitar. Oh yeah, I think I'll definitely. My goal for today is to be able to at least prime the model. I'm down to only having one working airbrush though, because the nozzle on my workhorse airbrush uh, died very, very annoyingly. It died faster than the first one. The first one lasted a year in multiple projects. The second one lasted like one project. But they sent the replacement for free. I wonder, I don't know if I want to ask them to send me another replacement because I bet they'd charge me. They'd be like, "All right, well, this guy, we just sent him a free one a couple months ago and it's already broken." Even though I didn't even use the airbrush barely. Ow. I don't know why it broke. It's weird. You know what's interesting? I don't know if I can show this because the camera can't really. Because I have a base, I have a kit lens. But you see this line right here, and then there's this line on the tail. So if you align it at a certain point, you can, yeah, there it is. You can see this line and this line actually meet up because the way that the slowpoke printed is these layers actually correspond. They printed at the same time. So there are visible layer lines at the same layers across the entire model, which is annoying but pretty cool. And also, in terms of failures, I'll take a couple layer lines that I just need to smooth out over having to reprint an entire model any day of the week. It got way worse around his armpit. Like, it looks like a stack of pancakes around there. Look at all the beautiful carcinogens. Mmm, smells good. Mmm, good for you. Ugh. I need to bring my trash can closer to me so I can throw these away much more efficiently. All right, wipe down. Wipe down. There we go. I don't know which pink is good for slowpoke. I feel like probably the lightest pink I have in my collection. I have a pink. I have a a breast cancer awareness month pink. That might be pretty perfect, but it's kind of more on the red spectrum than on the. It's more on the red spectrum than on the white spectrum in terms of shade. It's right here actually. Blush pink. Yeah, I don't think that's not slowpoke, is it? No, well, if you put white under this, it's probably slowpoke, right? Or gray. I feel like gray underneath slowpoke, or I'll just put white in the paint. Same effect. But I do feel like to get slowpoke's body color, I do feel like gray. Gray will do a better job than white. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not very good with color theory. Maybe if maybe like 20 more minutes, if the computer doesn't crash, I might actually turn on something to stimulate my brain, because working in complete silence. Well, maybe I'll turn on an SCP. What is this? There's a hole in his back. What the heck? Well, maybe not. Let's wait for that to dry and see what happens. Is Gunda PC cursed? This PC is a bit cursed, but this PC is made from spare parts, so it's allowed to be cursed. Also, hello to you, Selvala. Happy Sunday. It's Slowpoke Sunday. I just thought of that. I'm so creative! Once again, lick. Take a lick of all the carcinogens. Okay. I don't know why I'm hitting the underside. You're never gonna see that. Look at that. You'll never see it. A Paul. Coruscant? Also, I don't. Should I put black in his ears? Like, or should I make it darker pink? In the official illustrations, his ears, the little detail in his ears are dark pink. But I don't know how I'm gonna do that. I don't know how I'm gonna achieve that effect. Well, I have ideas. I swear there's something. I can't find it. There's like a stray piece of resin. Oh, it's right there. Let's get rid of that. Yeah, yeah. What if I sharpened his tail to a point? And then I robbed a 7-Eleven. No, I don't mean that. I just really want a Slurpee, even though it's snowing outside. It snowed here overnight. Last night, before I went to bed, I looked outside. I was like, oh, I wonder if it's raining. Because I needed to buy some groceries when I woke up. And I looked outside, and there was a blizzard. But it all melted. So, lucky me. Woohoo, wahoo. And then the grocery store didn't have Cookie's food in stock, so I have to go back tomorrow. Fun! That's okay. She has food for now. Look at that. He's got holes in his butt. Slowpoke, what are you doing, buddy? This is how I scratch and wins. I do it this fast. I find it quite funny to do it like that. One time at Christmas time, Kyon mode. One of our aunts was playing a game, like a family game, and for some reason it involved scratch and win cards. And I showed Kyon mode how fast I scratched them, and he laughed so hard, milk came out of his nose. And he wasn't even drinking milk. Oh my god. Oh, we're making good progress. Oh my god, look at us. Slowpoke is coming along. Wait! Before I throw it away, there's actually some good. There's some grit left on this side. Let's see. Give him a little pat down. Let's see. What the heck? Oh, no, that's fine. Okay, we gotta. Ooh. Ooh. Slowpoke is looking smooth. You remember the most random shit? Yeah, I've been told that my whole life. People are like, how do you remember that? Maybe I remember it because it's a valued memory of mine. Maybe I find value from that memory. Did you ever think of that? Oh, also, not Kyono. Patrick Chong fixed my He managed to fix the heater that broke that I was using in my 3D printer. I think he made it better. I think he upgraded it. Okay, we're looking good. Nice and smooth. Yeah, that's right, kill mode. Maybe you're gonna get some more fucking more Space Marines in the mail. I actually have found some better ones. And by Space Marines, I mean the StarCraft 2 ones. You know what's weird? There's no good Invader Zim 3D models. It's really, I don't know why. It's really weird though. I don't get it. Or I can, you know what? I can print you this guy. I don't think you've seen this guy, have you? I still have, obviously, I still have this model. I know you like orcs. He's fucking huge. You can put, oh, I could print you a dwarf too. I have dwarves. There's dwarves. There are dwarves too. There are dwarves. Okay. Wait, I assume you can hear me. Let me know. How loud is this? Is this overly loud? Should I mute my microphone while I have this on? Yeah, there's no good ones. If you look up Invader Zim, you tend to just find Gur. Which, I mean, that makes sense. How loud is that? I don't even know if the microphone is picking it up. It's not? Really? I'm right next to the... Dang. You only hear my sweet nothings? That's crazy. Because, I mean, you've turned on your, uh, your spray booth, right? It's not picking up the spray. That's awesome. Okay, I'm glad. The last thing I'm going to do before I end this stream is probably prime him. Her. It. It doesn't matter. Slowpoke can be gendered whatever we want it to be gendered. Because we hatched it. Yes. Yes. How is Tarkov Arena, by the way? What do you do in Tarkov Arena? Legit can't tell? The compressor's on? No, no, not the compressor. Well, the compressor is on, but it's full of air. That I just no, I turned on the spray booth. So that's why you can see the light change for a second. It'll come from this side. From this side, you'll see. See? The fans are on too. What do you do in Tarkov Arena? Is it the PvE mode, or did they actually remove the PvE mode? Didn't they? Wasn't there was a PvE mode and G Arena, or no? What are they called? Keep threatening to remove PvE, even though people really like it. It's so weird. Come on, holes. I wonder if I can... I wonder how hard it's going to be for me to point my camera. Arena is legit its competitive shooter component. Oh, wait, is it like Counter-Strike? But Tarkov? Excuse me. What's the PvE called? Does 8-ball like 6-7? Ha! No! that was fast. I wonder if they actually programmed it to say that. Alright, let's see. How we looking? How we looking? So you can't see this. Look, you can't see that. Wait, let's see. I don't wanna fill in this hole, honestly. What happened with Firefox? I don't know. So the only thing, so this computer randomly was turning off, and I think it was overheating. And the only thing I changed was I added Firefox. And then, so I Googled that. And people said turn off hardware acceleration. So I did that, and then I ran a test stream. So the test stream was running, and then I just watched a Warhammer 40k Space Marine video on Firefox, and the computer didn't crash. So I'm not sure. Auf der Zunge zergehen las. I don't know. It's weird. It was very weird. There's a hole. Wow, where did this hole come from? I'm just working on a slowpoke right now. A 3D printed slowpoke. My goal for tonight is to be able to, but my goal is to be able to prime him before the stream is done. Prime him probably, I'm gonna prime him in white because I never use white. I never use white primer. My favorite primer color, my favorite color to prime things in. This, I need to try this though. This is black though. I'm not gonna paint it black. This is my favorite color right here. Boom. You can't beat gray. You just can't. Gray is the fucking best. But I want to try this one because this is the Vallejo Mecha Primer, and it's supposed to be made that like nothing destroys it. Nothing can. It was really expensive. I bought this a couple years ago. I haven't really used it yet. But yeah, how's War Thunder treating you? Arena's kind of neat though. There's different classes and each have their own weapon/gear, and you have a points limit to spend on customizing your gun, ammo, armaments. Oh, kind of like it's like the Stalker Gamma. How's the online shop? Well, everything is on sale, but I haven't gotten any sales recently. For Black Friday, Cyber Monday, everything is on sale. But that's okay. I made some sales last week. I was surprised that people literally bought things 2 days before Black Friday. But my prices are pretty low, so. So, you know, I did sell something to the UK a couple weeks ago. A person in the UK bought Isaac Clarke. I guess Dead Space is pretty big over there, huh? I want to replay Dead Space. That might be something I do in 2026. We got to start thinking about 2026. That's crazy. This room is getting really hot. Is it the PC or is it the lights? I don't know. Wait, is there? Oh yeah, that's right. Because I think he printed kind of like at this angle. That's why there's this side. It was like this. No, it was like. He printed like this, but like this. That's why there's some supports here, but none on the opposite side. Isn't Tarkov still ridden with cheaters? It probably is. I haven't played Dead Space, but I always remember it being huge back in the day. Yeah, the remake looks bonkers. The remake looks beautiful, or the remaster. I almost bought it because I think it was $15, but I held off because I already own Dead Space, and I don't know when I would be able to play it. And I already bought myself my birthday present for this year, which was Sekiro. Spoiler alert. I was gonna get Space Marine 2, but I don't meet the PC specs for Space Marine 2, so I'm gonna hold off. We're gonna be patient with Space Marine 2. We will be patient. Oh wait, when was the last wipe? Probably so far I haven't gotten beamed, but it's pretty good. Yeah, when was the last wipe? Okay, we gotta get rid of this hole. Oh, 1.0. Arc Raiders? I have not played Arc Raiders, no. Is that what you mean by Arc? The only extraction game I played is Tarkov. Why are you like this? Why? Just get sanded. Just get sanded. Oh, nope. I thought maybe saying just get sanded worked, but it didn't. Oh, Patrick Chong, you're back! Oh, sorry, I mean PC Chong! Thank you for fixing my heater. Did you upgrade it? Did you make it better? Arc is pretty good, but it's very easy compared to Tarkov. Pondar is addicted to Arc Raiders. He's playing it. He's probably playing it right now. He plays it all the time. And then when he's done playing Arc Raiders, he invites me to play Dota because he wants to get skins. Because there's the Dota has the Monster Hunter collab. Dude, last night was so fucking painful in Dota. That was I don't know. I'm pretty sure I lost sleep over that, over our teammates. It was so it was so painful. Why do we literally get? I don't know. It's really weird. Like we get matched up with people who just feed the whole game, and then it just makes It's just it's never an even game. It's always an uphill battle, or we just get stomped. It's so sad, man. I like a challenge. Don't get me wrong. I do like a challenge. I like when my hero hits her power spike. I'm referring literally just to Lena because I'm on a Lena kick. But like when it's like one lane feeds 24 kills, oh my god, please. Please. I need to get rid of these. Okay, so the goal right now, wipe. Let's do some wipe down. Like we're working in a kitchen. I need to get rid of just the holes back here and this hole. And then I'm gonna give slowpoke an actual proper wipe down just to get like all the, all the stray bits of resin out of the nooks and crannies because we don't need those when we're priming. And then I'll prime them up. I'll freaking prime them up. Excuse me. Let's do a visual inspection close to my face. Yeah, I can feel where the supports were. That's not good. Okay. It's so weird streaming with no external stimuli. I should turn on Murder, She Wrote. Okay. We're focusing on this right here. That this is heating up my entire body. I'm also wearing long pants and long sleeve shirt. Almost. It's almost gone. Come on. Oh, Patrick, PZ Chung, are you still here? Did you see Nightheart and Shaq didn't post any stories together, but they hung out. I wonder what they did. I wonder what partying they did. They probably went crazy. They did? I didn't see any. Oh, I didn't see Shaq. Does Shaq have stories? You saw them? Really? I thought Nightheart didn't have any with Shaq in them. Ow. A few of them getting food. Ah. Because I think Shaq could only I think he could only stay for one day. I got a message right before I started this stream, this working stream. Nightheart said, "Oh, I'm running it back next year. Hop in my luggage." Motherfucker. God damn it. I was this might sound selfish. I told this to the Pie Society. I was really hoping he would have like a very average time. But no, apparently not. Apparently not. Nope. Okay. You know what? I would say that's pretty good. Maybe not. Maybe not yet. Also, I got Threads to see what Threads is like. And He's Mr. World. Yeah, exactly. Uh, Whenever I get notifications on my phone from threads, it's always like a weird conspiracy theory post. It's so weird. I don't really understand the point of threads. I guess it's just to be a part of the metaverse. Alright, let's... Okay, there's like two more holes I want to sand down and then we're good to go. And let's... I should get a job being a scratch and sniffer. Look at me go. No one could... Just fastest scratch and sniff in the West. We good? Yo, hey, yo, are we good? Oh, there's kind of a line there. Let's get rid of that. His teeth are pretty sharp. You gotta watch out on slowpoke. You do not want to get crunched by slowpoke. Okay. If Charismatic Convoy shows up, I should show him my that's 3D printed couleur. The couleur. Okay, I'm gonna go. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna give this a deep clean real quick. Give me 2 shakes of a Persian Kin's whiskers. All right, there we go. Okay. Now, do I have... What the hell is this? Hold on a second. Well, this is an airbrush, but is this the one with the broken nozzle? It is, it has to be. Oh yeah, there is no nozzle. Where's the nozzle? The nozzle is in the cap because the nozzle broke off. Or broke in half because cheap dropshipping airbrush will do that. So we gotta use, literally, I only have one airbrush. I just have this. I'm down to this airbrush right now until I can get replacement nozzles. Well, no, I have 2 airbrushes, but I don't have a workhorse airbrush. Sad. Okay, let's wait for him to dry. I think that looks quite nice. I think he looks... He's just such a handsome boy. Not Pudge. Pudge is not handsome. Even though Pudge has probably the coolest haircut out of any Dota hero. Alright. Now, given the size and the bulk of this slowpoke, we're gonna, right? Paint him on that. I'll put some more sticky tack. Just gonna put this down here because I don't have enough room because I'm poorly organized. Gonna have a sip of green tea. That's nice. Okay. Now, let's try this. Let's see. Firefox. YouTube. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see, is there anything new that we haven't seen before? That's what I'm wondering. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna do this. That's loud.
It's Christmas.
That's incredible.
I'm not done.
Order of character selection. You can have this pink one.
No, you can have the pink one.
Now it's Christmas.
Get that Christmas feeling with gifts at Canadian Tire.
When your back hurts, life hurts. Take back your back with Roback's dual action formula.
Neutralized SCPs. The SCP Foundation's directive, as you very likely know,
All right, this is the
to
litmus test.
secure,
If the computer
contain,
crashes,
and protect anomalous
that it's
objects located throughout the world
Firefox's fault.
and beyond.
Also, how
This
loud is it?
means
Is it
that
too
they
loud? Is it
strive
good?
to keep these anomalies alive and intact when possible, for both research purposes and for potential safety concerns when it comes to trying to remove them. That being said, there are times where anomalous objects become non-anomalous for various reasons. This can include the Foundation deciding to deliberately destroy it, the object destroying itself, the object removing itself from our existence, or the object just simply losing its anomalous properties for whatever reason. I've already covered a good number of neutralized SCPs in other videos, such as SCP-1730, SCP-3999, or SCP-1762, but let's look at a handful more. Let's start with SCP-1983, a one-story farmhouse in Wyoming, abandoned
not
in
enough.
1968 after a series of ritual murders, allegedly performed by a satanic cult. This ritual apparently led to the creation of a different SCP, but we're not told what that one was.
Bit more sticky tack.
Instead, the interior of the farmhouse contains a spatial anomaly, accessible through the front door, the windows, the back door, and any entrances cut into the back of the building. The front room of the house doesn't seem to actually exist inside of the anomaly, however, as any doors inside that would lead to the front room instead lead to other rooms in the building. Of course, the interior dimensions of the house in general don't really line up with expected reality. Inside of this anomalous farmhouse are a number of black, vaguely humanoid bipedal creatures, approximately 1.8 meters or around 6 feet tall. These entities are highly aggressive, and when coming into contact with a human, they will proceed to stab into the victim's chest cavity and extract their heart, although this somehow doesn't damage any of the skin or tissue. Removing the heart does, of course, kill the human, however, and after leaving the farmhouse in order to hunt any humans nearby and retrieve their hearts, the entities will then return to the farmhouse. This is how the house was first discovered by the Foundation, after a series of mysterious deaths in the area, with victims found looking unharmed but with their hearts missing.
That's dark.
They soon discovered the house and the entities, as well as the only known method of killing them, by firing silver bullets while praying. The precise nature of the prayer or the religion involved doesn't seem to matter, as long as the prayer is sincere. After killing an entity, its body will disintegrate, leaving behind only a small amount of sulfur. An MTF was first sent in to investigate,
We're doing
and
two.
of course were never seen again. So a second team was sent in, who were also never seen again.
Don't.
Well, in some situations, this would be where the Foundation either calls it quits or sends in an especially elite team. They instead decide to send in a single D-class on what appears to be a decidedly certain suicide mission. He was sent in with a camera with a live feed and was attached to a 25-meter-long cable. To the surprise of absolutely no one, immediately after entering, the camera feed went dead and the cord was pulled taut before snapping. Well, that would normally be the end of it. To the surprise of everyone, a few hours later, the entire anomaly inside of the house disappeared. Inside, they found the desiccated remains of a number of Foundation agents, along with a document written by an Agent Barkley. The document says that if you're inside of the anomaly reading this, you're going to die, as you can't leave the house through the front door, so you might as well close it to prevent the entities from leaving. Barkley reiterates about how the Foundation found this place and says that a researcher had seen something like the entities before and figured out that using silver bullets and praying works to kill them, as long as you're sincere with the prayer. He says, however, that he can't pray sincerely anymore after seeing the nest. When his team first came in to find out what happened to the first team, one of the agents was immediately taken down by an entity in the front room, removing his heart. Barkley says that the entities are less distinct inside of the house than outside, being more like shadows. He recommends staying away from any light source, ideally in pitch darkness, as shadows only become more distinct in the light.
Okay.
In the dark, the entities can hardly touch you, and they don't see very well, as he guesses that they might see your shadow instead of you.
That might be a bit
As for what happens when you leave through the front door, he says that it leads to a much worse place. One of the agents tried running out that way, and he apparently started to suddenly melt, with things popping out of him. They lost 3 more agents while moving through the house, but they learned that this anomaly has taken bits and pieces from lots of different places and stuck them together, like an apartment, a shopping mall, or even a closet from his high school. They also found some parts that were made out of a solid black material, and they lost another agent to something grabbing him through the stuff and pulling him in, although the hole wasn't quite big enough for his head.
gross.
Barkley never found a way out, as any door that
shit.
seems to lead out
I
just
found-
leads to a
my
different
goodness, an
room.
entire transfer
But he
station.
suspects that there might be other doors that lead into this anomaly rather than just the farmhouse. He does think he figured out a way to destroy the anomaly, though, and that's the nest. He only saw the nest once, after they followed one of the entities who killed an agent. They followed it to a room that seemed to be in the middle of the place, a place that they filled with lights of all kinds, and in the center is a massive pile of beating hearts. They watched as the entity threw the agent's heart onto the pile, where it thrashed and tore itself open, causing another one of the entities to crawl out of it. The pile of hearts was also apparently giving off a number of human shadows that were trying to pull themselves away from the pile, but couldn't. At this point, Barkley ran, ditching the other agents and finding a dark closet to hide in. He's got a few bullets left, but he can't bring himself to pray and mean it after seeing that nest. He hopes that whoever is reading this is stronger than he was, and finds a way to destroy every heart in the nest, hoping that it will kill them. The Foundation believes that SCP-1983 was effectively neutralized by the actions of D-Class 14134, who was posthumously awarded the Foundation Star, becoming one of only 2 D-Class to receive the award.
Let's see.
They don't believe that this was the only instance of this anomaly, however, so they're investigating to locate similar incidents. Well, it's not too often a D-Class is responsible for neutralizing an SCP, and what's more, receiving an award for doing so, even if he wasn't alive to accept it. Moving on, SCP-1422 was an anomalous phenomenon that prevented all Foundation personnel, up to and including D-Class, from learning of the existence of Yellowstone National Park, located in the western United States. The existence of this phenomenon was confirmed through several methods, one being that a survey of over 5,000 Foundation personnel after its discovery showed that none of them had any knowledge of the park. This even includes personnel that had lived in Wyoming for extended periods of time, avid travelers and/or naturalists, and even 3 personnel embedded in the U.S. National Park Service. The National Park Service records don't show any purchases made by Foundation personnel within the park, or of purchases of permits or reservations. Purchases made by immediate family members of personnel are present, but at lower than expected numbers. Additionally, internet browsing histories of Foundation computers have shown a complete lack of searches related to Yellowstone, and the Foundation itself possesses no documentation at all that refers to the park dated earlier than 2007. Personnel interviewed about the park after its discovery have either stated that they had no reason to pay attention to that area of the United States, or could not recall what, if anything, was located there. Several personnel were able to recall conversations or events in which Yellowstone would most likely be mentioned, but wasn't. The Foundation has, of course, investigated the park itself for anomalies, but haven't found anything especially unusual. The anomaly was both discovered and neutralized on July 9th, 2007 by junior researcher Scranton. Scranton had been compiling a report describing his experiences with another SCP, one which allowed individuals to experience extended periods of time in alternate realities within the space of several hours. Part of his report included a description of a family vacation to Yellowstone, a park he had never heard of prior to his experience. This report was reviewed by 2 other personnel who looked into Yellowstone, finding it to not only exist, but also to be world famous and widely known. An email was sent out across a Foundation site, asking personnel if they had ever heard of Yellowstone, but of course none of them had. It seems that Scranton had been able to learn about Yellowstone by visiting it in an alternate reality, where SCP-1422 was not preventing Foundation personnel from learning about it. This singular instance seems to have broken the anomaly, allowing all Foundation personnel to then learn about it. So far, the Foundation has no idea what caused the anomaly to exist in the first place, although they have a few theories. One is that it was caused by a separate probability-affecting anomaly, which somehow changed the odds of every Foundation personnel stumbling onto Yellowstone. Another theory is that Yellowstone did not actually exist before Scranton found it in another reality, which then caused our reality to change to incorporate its existence. This doesn't really fit with how that SCP works, however, and Scranton himself has been proven to not be anomalous.
I'm listening to SCP
Another theory is that 1422 didn't prevent the Foundation from learning about the park, but instead simply erased the knowledge from their heads once they heard about it, working as an anti-meme. A last theory, and more worrisome, is that someone or ones created the anomaly in order to actively conceal the park from the Foundation's eyes. This raises more questions than answers, though, and so far the Foundation doesn't know how to really investigate that. There's also the concern that 1422 might not actually be neutralized, but instead might have just changed its functionality, in which case the Foundation might have no idea how it changed until they discover it again. There might also be the problem that there are other similar
Slowpoke.
anomalies in existence concealing other very obvious things from the Foundation's site. Some of you,
Oh, you're playing
of course,
Fortnite.
might
Good
recall
luck.
that there
I
is
hope
a
you win
very
your
notable
matches.
anomaly contained within Yellowstone, SCP-2000, which the Foundation has apparently used multiple times to repopulate the Earth. This raises the possibility that the Foundation used an anomaly to hide SCP-2000 from themselves. SCP-2996 is described as a Class II incorporeal humanoid entity, or a ghost, in other words, although there is a large warning at the top of the document that warns us that this file has been compromised, and the information below may not be accurate.
It's not.
We'll
I like
learn
the
later
angle.
why the Foundation thinks it's been
Yeah,
altered,
there
and
we
what
go.
exactly might have been
That's the
altered.
angle.
2996 was initially discovered in an abandoned home in Indiana, appearing as a young female of European descent, with a number of visible wounds across her entire body, including a gunshot wound to the right eye.
Why did it
The
turn
Foundation
off?
has managed to use some NPDNs, or non-physical displacement neutralizers, in order to anchor 2996 into a physical state while contained. They theorize, however, that the use of these devices, along with the overall effect of being contained, has contributed to her deteriorating mental and emotional state. Of note, before continuing, is that all of the containment procedures for 2996 have been striked out. Its object class has been changed from Euclid to safe to neutralized,
jam.
and there's a place for an image, but now it only reads data missing. So there's definitely been some alterations here. 2996 claims to be an 8-year-old girl named Emily Nash, the subject of a murder in Indiana in 1929. The Foundation can confirm that a girl named Emily Nash was found dead in her home at that time, but the listed cause of death was suicide. Bringing this information up to Emily resulted in her vehemently denying it, instead remarking that she was killed by a close friend and neighbor, a 13-year-old boy named James Franklin.
James Franco.
The Foundation have not been able to find any information confirming Franklin's existence, but they're continuing to look.
Gotta clean up the inside.
A Foundation psychiatrist, Dr. Rudolph, is assigned to Emily, and remarks that there's a lot of concern about her emotional state. She believes that she lingers in this world in order to enact revenge upon her killer, and that she's a powerful, unbound spirit. The conflicting information being presented to her and the fact that she's currently not unbound is worsening her state, leading to depression and suicidal thoughts.
That's not good.
Obviously, a ghost with suicidal thoughts is pretty uncommon. In his initial interview with Emily, she began thrashing against her cell and threatening him in a rather demonic way.
Demonic way.
In a later interview, she continued to speak in this manner, treating him with disdain and saying that she has no interest in speaking with him, and she won't stop until she squeezes the life out of her murderer's throat.
Interesting ghost.
She then proceeded to lunge towards the doctor, bouncing off of the glass barrier, clearly still unaccustomed to being anchored into a physical form. Dr. Rudolph offers to turn off the neutralizers if she'll calm down, but this only causes her to continue thrashing about. Since Rudolph couldn't get any results, he's taken off the assignment and replaced with Dr. Angela Kidwell.
Dr.
Kidwell
Angela
ends
Kidwell
up
is
getting
pretty
much better
popular
results,
in
as Emily calms
archives.
down and asks how she's being kept in a physical form. Kidwell explains that they have machines capable of doing so, and they just want to learn more about her. Emily stops speaking in a demonic way, instead speaking normally, and explains that she feels like she has so much hate inside of her, but she starts to come to terms with the evidence that the Foundation has shown her about her death. She says that maybe she was so angry and confused in life, and death didn't solve anything. Kidwell convinces her that she's been given a second chance to see past all of her
I
anger
think I'm gonna have to
and
hit
start
the
over.
slowpoke with another layer of primer.
After a
I
number of therapy
didn't put it
sessions,
on.
Emily came to terms with the events surrounding her death
looks
and
kinda
moved
gray.
past them. And more
That's
incredibly, the neutralizers seem to have eventually permanently neutralized her anomalous effects, making her, by all accounts, a normal human girl. She was given some amnestics and was released to a family desiring to adopt a child, renaming her as Samantha Pendleton.
Why would you give a ghost child to
That all
a
sounds
random,
like a really
unsuspecting
happy
family?
ending,
What the
but
hell?
unfortunately, the story doesn't end there.
We gotta.
The
gotta
final
clean up
addendum
the
tells
tip.
us that the
That's what she
Foundation
said.
system picked up several errors related to this file one day, discovering that certain parts had been lost, changed, or outright fabricated. The source of the edit is unknown, as that information has also been corrupted or otherwise lost. The discrepancies include the fact that SCP-2996 wasn't contained at Site-81, although Site-19 records conflict with this. The fact that Dr. Kidwell wasn't assigned to any project at Site-81. The fact that Director Actis has no knowledge of 2996, even though the file says that he signed off on her release. And the fact that a Samantha Pendleton
I
doesn't
hate
seem to
cleaning out the
actually
nozzles
exist.
so much.
Other discrepancies that the Foundation aren't aware of might exist, complicated by the fact that certain personnel have memories that conflict with recovered data, suggesting possible amnestic usage.
I don't know how.
Here's where
people
things get especially interesting,
run their
as the Foundation
airbrushes and
can't
then don't
actually
clean
look
out the
at the
inside
earlier
after
versions of
every
this
use. That's
document
crazy.
due to them being corrupted or lost. But us, in our omniscient perspective as
They don't make no
readers,
sense.
can access these files. Going back to the earliest version of the document, we can see a few things that are not present in the current version. One is that a physical evaluation was performed on Emily by a Dr. J. Franklin. The results of this evaluation are entirely redacted, but we can see that he performed a visual examination, ran some blood work, did an internal examination, and performed a vivisectomy.
What's a vivisectomy?
In an interview with Dr. Kidwell the following day, they both stayed silent for a few minutes before Kidwell says that there was a mistake, as that was not the doctor who was supposed to perform the exam. Emily responds that Kidwell convinced her of something that wasn't real and tried to put out her hatred and convince her she was crazy. Kidwell says that they're going to find him and that she's so sorry. Director Actis then put out a general alert to Site-81, informing them that a rogue individual going by the name of J. Franklin infiltrated the site and is assumed to be responsible for the disappearance of 3 doctors and 4 nurses.
Okay.
This individual is currently believed
Oh,
to be
there
an
was a
anomalous
bunch of white
humanoid
primer in
entity.
the back.
This individual is also wanted by the Ethics Committee for performing an illegal vivisection on a conscious, sapient humanoid entity, meaning that Emily was awake during the procedure.
Is that bad? What's a vivisectomy?
He's assumed to be armed and dangerous. So not
White
only did
primer
this
gets
individual
everywhere.
sneak into the
It's so
Foundation,
annoying.
torture a girl, and cause the disappearance of 7 other personnel, he also managed to
Oh, no, where's the
completely
nozzle?
edit the file
Ah.
to hide his tracks. This individual has apparently been pursuing Emily for decades, and thanks to the Foundation giving Emily a physical form again, he was able to reenact the torture that led to her death in the first place.
Oh, fuck.
Her
That's
current
messed
whereabouts
up.
are unknown, as we can't be sure what Franklin did to her after altering the file, but it seems as if the Foundation has no idea where she is.
Go.
Let's finish with SCP-2682, an object similar to a Korean raspberry in appearance,
A
although
Korean
it's purple in
raspberry?
color.
What's a Korean raspberry?
The object is
What?
attached to some fly paper, although there doesn't seem to
Oh.
be anything anomalous about that aspect. Instead, its anomalous trait is that it's capable
There
of
we go.
communicating telepathically in both the Slovak language and English to individuals within 35 meters. 2682 will begin communicating after a varying amount of time, seemingly based on the listener's intelligence and the time the listener has been exposed to it. It claims to be able to learn based on mental electricity, and the only perception it has of its surrounding is based on this mental electricity, a kind of energy produced in sentient entities. Although the object seems to resemble a fruit, it's not observable from certain angles, and sometimes will disappear from view for a few seconds. Looking at it under a microscope shows only empty space,
There we go.
and physically interacting with it will cause unpredictable and typically dangerous reactions in the subject. It was first discovered in a hardware store in Kiev, Ukraine, where employees of the store reported hearing sounds comparable to television static and unintelligible words, although patrons of the store didn't report hearing anything strange. In Foundation testing, a D-class was told to place his finger on the object, resulting in him being, in their words, spaghettified, while being pulled into the fruit. This took place over the course of less than a second, and it's believed to have killed the testing subject due to the organic matter left behind. Another D-class was told to touch the object with a copper rod, resulting in the D-class and the rod disappearing, being replaced with a single croissant.
Croissant?
Realizing they're not getting anywhere with that approach, they instead place a common red squirrel in the cell with the object.
A common red squirrel.
Surveillance shows that the squirrel sat on its hind quarters
I'm
while
so
staring
confused
at the
about
fruit
what,
for nearly a minute before approaching the flypaper the fruit is attached to. It then
Korean
proceeded to
raspberry.
begin gnawing around the edges of the paper until the researchers ended the test. Throughout the test, researchers in the area reported intense auditory and visual hallucinations, and afterwards, 2 of them reported that they were now able
so
to
I don't know
communicate
why
with
this
mice,
is.
and one
The
seems to
airbrush
have
is
developed a
shooting
mild
downwards.
anxiety disorder.
Like downwards. I don't know
Soon
why.
after this,
It's not
though,
shooting
they
straight,
realized
that's
that
what
they
she
could
said.
actually telepathically
crank the
communicate
PSI.
with the fruit if given enough time. They also decided not to have different
What the
species in the
heck?
same area, since the fruit apparently couldn't differentiate
How is
between the
that
squirrel
possible?
and the
What
researchers
is
nearby.
calling that? Okay, we're gonna.
They also recommended not having
I have an
different
idea.
genders in the same area for similar reasons.
Can't. Oh.
One of the researchers, researcher Breen, began having a telepathic conversation
There
with
we go. Thank you for letting
2682.
me know about that. Oh,
In which it says that it's
I was
still
worried
learning
about
to speak
that, but
English,
no one's around to
and
tell
it
me
doesn't
that they
know
can't
what it
hear
did
me.
with the D class because it doesn't know
the
what it's
airbrush
doing.
is shooting downwards. And I don't
It
know
says
why.
that it's from
so I'm gonna.
the limbo, the place in
I don't
between
know.
the mesh. It then says that it should start from the beginning and begin speaking about the sun that birthed their planet that was born 90 trillion years ago.
I'm gonna
Breen
clean out
has
that.
the fruit fast forward a bit to the height of the fruit's civilization. Their civilization reached a point where their philosophers were desperately searching for new knowledge, since they had apparently learned everything they could. This led to them experimenting with the occult, and they found that God
there you go.
was hiding from them out of fear.
There's a bunch of schmutz.
They
oh, there's.
began
what
running
the heck? Wait,
experiments on it, extracting God's
What the
knowledge,
heck?
which they used to play with the rules of the
What
universe
color is that
and make new
schmutz?
ones.
There's schmutz inside.
After that, they really ran out of things to learn.
My
so
tip
they
is full of
decided
schmutz.
To all leave their universe and harvest
See that?
knowledge from
Wait, what?
alternate dimensions.
Yeah, probably won't focus on
This
my thing.
fruit,
Hey, look.
2682,
What color is that?
everything that used to be in their original universe. It forced itself through the barrier of
I still
quanta, falling
unhearable?
into limbo and ending up in our reality. It refers to itself as ultimate knowledge and the final fruit of a universe, but it can't really explain itself to the researchers in English. Ultimately, it says that it's stuck here, but its purpose is to gather knowledge,
So can I
and
see
it
some of
hopes
this?
to find the roots of infinity at the end of the mesh.
Fuck me, I guess.
Unfortunately, it's stuck here due to the
right.
flypaper, which it doesn't understand. Breen tells it that the paper there is designed for catching flies, and he's not sure how it's stuck. 2682 then asks, "Who is flies?" The 2 researchers involved in the test said afterwards that they could no longer form mental images. When asked about this, the fruit says that it's sorry, as it doesn't know what it's doing. Apparently, it was
Alright,
trying
let's
to
see.
access a visual reference from the two researchers' minds, but it somehow failed. We're then given a series of transcribed logs spoken telepathically from 2682 to researcher Breen. In the first, it says that it's blind, as it can only perceive its own consciousness and that of Breen's. It worries that it will be stuck here forever, as it didn't expect how dumb it would be in each new world.
Alright, well,
Limbo was empty, but it was loud.
shut up. Why is my airbrush shooting downwards? I don't want to have to, like, go through all of this. I don't think so. If it's shooting downwards, it's going to be something in here. You know what? Let's test. Let's just test. There's only one thing you can do in this scenario. Everything is breaking today. It's a scuffed stream. We're going to unplug the air while the fucking compressor is on, because who cares? Plug it in there. Okay. There we go. Okay. Put that there. It scared me. Yeah. Where are the nozzles for... Ah! It's like... Time since I... Okay. Tighten this up a little bit. Tighten this up all the way. Loosen the back. I think. I guess. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Okay, be careful because the tip is important. Why won't it go? Come on. There we go. Burp. Tighten that up. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Now, some cleaner in there. This airbrush, I like to clog the tip of my airbrushes and then shoot air through them so that it mixes in the pot, even though I pre-mix. But you can't do that with this airbrush because if you put your finger on it, you actually you put your finger directly on the needle. And I've stabbed myself so many times with this airbrush. I said this airbrush doesn't shoot downwards. It shoots exactly where I need it to go. So I'm gonna have to deep clean the other airbrush. But that's fine. Oh my god. I'm breathing in so many cleaning chemicals. Okay. One more layer of white. Mm. I'm gonna have a sip of green tea. Mm. I don't want to be diagnosing why this airbrush is only shooting downwards all night. It's kind of weird. Like, this is my favorite airbrush too. I don't know why it's doing that. It's making me sad. No, no, it's fine. Maybe there's a crack in the nozzle. That is actually entirely possible. That does happen. These airbrushes are old. Eventually the nozzles do give out. Let's open the whole thing up. Oop. Whoa. Alright, there you go. What do you... Okay. My ultrasonic cleaner broke as well, so I can't like just dump this with a bunch of cleaning solution into my ultrasonic cleaner because I no longer have it. Let's see, can I see light through this? Not really. Okay, let's see. Oh, you know what? Hold on. Let's see if we can actually turn off party mode. Okay. What would this look like? Can we see light? No, you cannot see light through the airbrush. That's probably why it's shooting downwards. Look at that. No light. There should be at least a bit of light. Okay. Thank you. So there's a clog somewhere. Let's do that to this too. Even though this wasn't even in the airbrush when I was testing to see if I could see any light. Okay, now let's see. That looks good. It would be weird if there was paint in the air receiver. Also, that wouldn't make it shoot downwards anyway. That would just clog it up in a very scary kind of way. Excuse me. Alright. Is there a magnet on this thing? There's a magnet on this light. Okay, keep this away from the computer. Holy shit. Anyways. There it is. There's the light. There was a clock. Why didn't I think of doing that before? Let's try both ends. Let's see. Oh, crap. It's harder to do. Let's see, can we see the... Oh yeah, look at that, you can see the light. Blinded by the light. Okay. I love this little light. I bought it as like an extra light source when I was filming YouTube videos, and it has so many extra uses. So many extra uses. You know what though? I don't know how to like... I don't know how to clean out, like, do you ever need to clean out the outer ring section? That's where the air comes in from. The air shoots through there, and then it mixes in there with the paint comes through there, and then they meet in the nozzle, and they whoosha. Anyways. Okay, wait. Okay. Wait a second. Oh, how embarrassing. There should be a spring in there. Where's the spring? Oh. Alright, there's the spring. Okay. Now there is a spring. Now. Also, before that gets too tight, I should put this part, I should put the trigger back in. Put the trigger back in. Okay. Turn it. There we go. Okay. Tighten this up. Tighten it. Tighten it a bit more. It could be a bit tighter. Just be a bit tighter. Yeah, it could be a bit. Oh yeah. Maybe just a bit more. There we go. Okay. And then this goes here. Like so. The nozzle goes at the tip. Damn it. Putting on this tiny piece while you're wearing gloves is difficult, to say the least. Come in. There you go. Okay, and then we grab our little wrench. Tighten that, but don't tighten it too much, because if you tighten it too much, tiny piece of metal can just fling right off. I've made that mistake in the past. And then we get our needle, and we go like this. Shaking. Okay. Attach the pot, the paint pot. Don't look at my reflection in the fucking paint pot. Okay. I need to shave tonight because it's no longer November after tonight. What the heck? What is the trigger doing? Is it? It's not sitting in the right place. Oh no. Alright, hold on. There we go. There we go. That could have been a really embarrassing mistake. Okay. Put the tip back in, well, the needle back in. Close her up. Alright. Now, it's going to get loud again because I'm not going to turn off my compressor. I'm just literally going to... Oh my god. There we go. Make sure. Alright. Something just... Okay. Fast acting! This says it's fast acting, which it is. That's true. Odorless and environmentally safe. Now, I don't know about environmentally safe. I hope it is. But, odorless. It definitely is not odorless. It's odor less, like there's less of an odor when you compare it with something like this that'll literally melt plastic, but there is certainly an odor. Alright, it's not shooting downwards anymore. Or it's shooting less downwards, but I think it always kind of did that anyways. Like, these are not the most expensive airbrushes, but they get the job done. I really like them. They're affordable. There might be... I don't know why there would be, but there might literally be something like some sort of a blockage up there. I don't see anything. I have no experience in having to clean something like that. I also don't know how it could get blocked up there like that. I don't know. I'm looking at it. Oh no. Okay, I see. Yeah, no. We're good. Alright, let's turn on party mode. There you go. Of course, the ISO on the camera is so high, all the colors just look like variations of white for the most part anyways, but that's okay. You know what? We work with what we got, and what we got is what we work with. Right, well, if the workhorse airbrush is back, we're gonna give slowpoke one more layer of primer because I was not putting it down evenly before. Very embarrassing. Also, I think that honestly, this primer is really old. And I think that it's kind of like there's stuff in it. There's schmaltz in it. It's a bit schmaltzy. Is there any way I could test to see that? Let's see. Do I have anything that's off-white? We're just gonna do a little schmaltz test. We're gonna do a little schmaltz test. You know. I just need a piece of cardboard. A piece of cardboard that's currently not in use to fix a slowpoke. Ow, I hit my head on my camera. Should I just test on my glove? You know what? It's not white, so maybe I should just clean the nozzle. Maybe that's the problem. Look at that. Look at that. Ew. Gross. Ew, gross. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't look schmaltzy. Oh, maybe it does though, actually. Look at that. No, that doesn't count. That's not a good test because there's cleaning solution in this paint pot, in this cleaning pot. So as soon as the primer hits it, it'll congeal because the cleaner is doing its purpose. All right, let's see. We'll test here. It was very cool. You're back from Glagleland. I'm afraid to ask you what Glagleland is, but welcome back. Okay, let's see. And then we're going to use this my mixing brush. I don't know. I don't see any schmaltz in here. There's no schmaltz. It's not... Oh, I missed a bit. There's no schmaltz. Look at that. It's perfect. It's smooth. It's velvety smooth. So what the heck? What gives? Put that over there. All right, let's weigh out some more primer, shall we? Also, let me check. What PSI are we running at? Probably way too high. Party mode. Oh my God, we're in 22 PSI? What is this? I'm not trying to fill up a fucking tire, dude. What, am I angry at the world? Why would I have the PSI so high? I don't know. I don't know at all. Anyway. Tear it up. You met many gigglers? Were they giggling? Acrylic polyurethane. Wow. They were nice? Well, I'm glad that they were nice. It sounds very fantastical and whimsy. Alright, oh no! Okay, we're going for 9.8. Because that'll be 2. I forgot to tear it up. What an amateur. Come on. 9.8. Come on. Come on. 9.7. 10. Alright, so we went over by 0.2. This, I got this miniature scale on Amazon. And like, it kind of does what I need it to do, but it tends to jump around quite wildly. And it's supposed to be precise, quote unquote. Oh, okay, yeah. Literally, when working with... A lot of people do like half and half, but when I'm using white primer, I do like a third of thinner. But then I do like to hit it with flow improver. Gotta hit it with the flow improver. Because it improves the flow. Blah. There you go. Thank you. Okay. Where's my mixing brush? There it is. Wow, what color is the primer? I don't know. Ooh. Yeah, there's no schmutz in there at all. Why does it come out of the airbrush all schmutzy? I don't know how people airbrush directly onto things. I've seen so many YouTube videos where they do that, and then there's no paint everywhere. But when I airbrush, there's paint everywhere. There we go. Then you give it a little back shots like so. There you go. And put the cap on because you're not good at controlling at all. And Chad is just going to have to wait because I don't want to friggin' repose my camera every time. You're just going to have to believe me that I'm actually priming. Oh, okay. There we go. Prime, 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 prime. Prime time. Time to prime. I kind of wonder if my compressor might be dying too. No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem to be. Cut. Oh, cut. Get the tail. The heck was that sound? I'm priming a slowpoke right now with my airbrush currently. That is the goal. The heck? Oh, I thought he had a... Wait, does he have a crack? There's a crack in the model. What the hell? Did that just happen? That's okay. No one will notice. It just... Oh my god. I've never even dropped this thing. That's okay. Who cares? This... I'm not selling this. It's for me. So... Let's see. How much primer is left? That much primer left. Okay. La 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 la. Okay, we just need to make sure that the tail is no longer gray. I have a theory about why there's a crack in the model. I think I know why. I fucked something up when I 3D printed it, but that's okay. All right, time to clean. Cleaning time. There we go. And slowpoke can dry as we clean the airbrush. Yay. Excuse me. I also need to clean out my paint pot. But yeah, I think because I didn't make the holes deep enough in the 3D model when I was printing it, because I hollowed out the model so as to save resin, but I didn't make the holes deep enough, so probably that's it. It probably was degassing. That's just from degassing, and too much pressure built up, so the gas found the easiest way to escape, which is, thankfully it happened near the mouth, honestly, because it just looks like it's barely noticeable. Even though that part of slowpoke is a light color. This is the first hand cam stream I've seen here because I just couldn't make it to the stream because I've been busy with other things. Oh yeah, no worries. I don't do them very often, but I understand being busy. That's A-okay. Also, hold on, let me just check something. I just got a weird message. Nah, we're good. I always get a weird error message saying my bitrate is not good, but people have told me that they all get that and just to ignore it. But I always notice it. It annoys me. This is not a very long hand cam stream because it's been a bit of a disaster stream. Also, you see this thing that's full of cleaning liquid? What I always do is I literally just throw it in my trash can. Because I don't think you should throw it down the drain. I think that it's better to throw it in the trash. Because I don't want this, whatever the hell is in this, even though it says it's environmentally safe, I don't want it with paint going into our environment and then getting recycled into our cleaning water. That doesn't sound like a good idea at all. In fact, I would say that sounds like a bad idea. I'm glad, I don't know. This has been one of my most scuffed streams. Usually when I do these streams, though, there's always a certain element of scuffedness with hand cam streams or live real life streams. Something breaks, like for example the computer crashing 3 times earlier when I tried to stream, or the airbrush only shooting downwards for some reason. Yeah, exactly. No one wants to drink paint, and you especially don't want to drink lacquer based paint cleaner. No thank you. So it goes in my trash and then I throw it in the garbage. That. Also, I throw it in such small amounts in the trash, I don't think it never has eaten through the trash bag or anything like that. Clean this out. Next week, we're gonna actually officially put paint down on him. It's a nice model. I mean, but how would you not make a nice slowpoke, right? He's just such a simple little guy. And next week I'll figure out a way to actually show... I'll figure out an easier way for me to show both the desk and also the airbrushing process. It's, you know, it's an evolutionary process. We're working on it. We're working on things. Or I could just hand paint something with a paintbrush, but ugh, I'm so bad at painting. I'm so bad at painting. Kind of looks like a cat. Slowpoke. I mean, Slowpoke is kind of cat-like, I suppose. I don't know what Slowpoke is supposed to be. He's his own thing. He's just a little pink guy. Not a single thought in his head. He has a pretty funny evolution, too, because he just needs a clam to bite his butt. But yeah, now I just gotta make sure that this bad boy is cleaned out. You know what was weird, though? When I was just shooting the primer out of the airbrush, it looked like there was stuff in it, but maybe my ratios are off. Airbrush thinner. Dilutes color without loss of adhesion, resistance, and consistency. It's recommended to add 1 to 2 drops of thinner to 10 drops of paint. No. Depends. Flow improver. Medium to improve the flow and delay the drying of paint on the needle. We recommend adding 1 to 2 drops flow improver to 10 drops of paint in the cup of the airbrush. I had way more than that. I put way more. Well, no, it depends. If I'm working with pre-mixed paints, like these ones. No, I don't have any. I don't have, oh, I'm working with pre-mixed ones like this, like Vallejo's Game Air. Their plata is fucking awesome. This is one of the best silvers. I love it. I love this silver. Then I won't put too much. I won't put too much thinner. But if you're working with something like this, Game Color Naranja Fuego, this stuff is so thick. It needs a bunch of thinner. Hit my head. What is happening? Why is that happening? Look, it's all bubbly. My airbrush is using bubble beam. Oh my god. Slowpoke can learn. Stop! Get off! Slowpoke can learn bubble beam. Ooh. Oh, I got paint on the air. Look at that. You can't read the logo. You can't see Sparmax. And I like Sparmax. They're a good brand. They do good stuff. Clean that off. Shall we do a light test? No, I don't want to do that. But I am going to take the nozzle off. Oh my God. I'm going to take the nozzle off and clean that out. Cookie? No. I'm just hearing possums in my head. Clean that. I'm really happy with this camera. I used to shit on it. It's one of the reasons. The camera was one of the reasons I gave, like, one of the excuses I would use to not make YouTube videos. But I mean, it's so clear on a stream. I don't know. I think I just need to learn how to use it better. We must learn how to use our tools. Okay. So, can I see through that? Yeah, I definitely can. But yeah, like I said earlier, I do not know how people will literally do an entire like paint session and then not clean out the needle afterwards. It's crazy. Aren't they worried about paint drying? It's just technology being technology. Yeah, I just need to learn how to use it. I just need to get more efficient. Nozzle's there. Okay. Don't lose the nozzle. Put the nozzle in here. There we go. Put that there. Clean that. nice. Grab some cleaner. Take off the paint pot. Clear out the well. Oh, yeah, this is called the well, I think, right? Yeah. Give the well a nice cleaning. That's weird. It's weird to me that there's... I don't know, the cleaner does tend to get everywhere, though. Clean out that. Okay. Grab this little doohickey right here. This pipe cleaner. Just... There we go. I might start doing more of these streams, but like earlier in the day before I play a video game. Cause I have a lot of projects I want to work on, and I want to improve. There we go. Like I gotta paint him. Nah, he'll be relatively easy though. He's a silly guy. Okay, I'm gonna dry this out. Ugh! That scared me. Some cotton came off the Q-tip and terrified me. I thought I was under attack. But I was not. Okay. Put the paint pot back on. Shove. No, don't shove that through. Oh no. I dropped the nozzle. I dropped the tiniest piece. It's okay. It's okay. Just don't panic. There it is. Oh my god. Nozzle back on. Where's the wrench? Get the wrench. Wrench it up. There we go. Shove that back in. Put on the back side. Okay. Get some cleaner just to do a test. Make sure it's not clogged. Oh, we're not clogged at all. Look at us. You can actually see, oh, look at that, you can see the stuff going through. Woo! Oh, I just inhaled a bunch of cleaner. It's okay. It's environmentally safe. I'm a part of the environment. I exist in the environment. He's almost done drying. Also, what do you mean overheating PC edition? The computer overheated and crashed 3 times, so... I was... I just deleted those streams because they were literally 10 minutes long each. But it didn't overheat this time. I don't know what I did differently. I think it was Firefox because I hadn't been using Firefox before. Alright, there you go. Look at that. So... When I give him eyes, I'm definitely going to put one eye up here and one eye down here so that he's not looking straight ahead and he's just looking in every different direction, every cardinal direction. There you go. That's what we're going to next week he's going to get his actual paint. What is a good color for slowpoke? Like this? I have a bunch of pinks. I actually have a bunch of pinks near me anyways. That's not this. This is not slowpoke in any capacity. Runic glow? Did you ever finish Alien Isolation? No, I didn't. Alien Isolation is on ice because it took up too much hard drive space. I actually ran out of hard drive space. I had to remove it so I could do other things. Maybe no, these are not good pins. These are flesh colored. Like this. This is not slowpoke at all. Rosy skin. That's not... Maybe that is kind of. Actually, you put a drop of red? Well, you mix these two, I think you get slowpoke. Maybe. Hmm. Hmm. I don't think I've ever used this paint. You can see it's kind of split. Alright, let's see. Yeah, you see right there, you can see it's like kind of split. Ah, it doesn't matter. You shake it up. This is Texas paint. You don't mess with Texas paint. See, it even has Texas on the bottle. It needs to be fleshier. What, slowpoke? This is slowpoke, Patrick Chong. What are you talking about fleshier? You're crazy. You've gone mental. Wait, I have a slowpoke. Hold on. Ugh, ugh. Okay. Hold on. There's a slowpoke. Wait, maybe I don't. Am I a liar? Did I lie? Where's slowpoke? Never mind. I thought I had a slowpoke. I just have an Eevee and a Pikachu. Huh. And a Lehman Russ battle tank. And Mechagodzilla. Dang. Oh, here, hold on. There's another pink over here. Because I had to paint thigh highs. I mean, I had to paint... I'll show you what I had to paint. This might be slowpoke. Actually. This might be... I think this is slowpoke. This is slowpoke. Support Breast Cancer Awareness Month is the name of this color. And see, I was painting someone's butt. Literally. But I had to strip the paint off the model because there was problems. Also, look at this. There's like fucking her calves. The paint is peeling from the calf. Why? I don't know. Terrible. Terrible. What do you mean, oh, Patrick Chong? What do you mean, oh? I can show you. It's not... Look, I'll show you the model. Hold on. Hold on. Nah. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll just show you the model. Excuse me, slowpoke. There you go. I like to keep all the colors that I'm using together in each project. There's her jacket. This is, see, I stripped the paint off of this. But this is her leg. Like that. She's not naked, she's wearing clothes. She is thick though, huh? Holy crap. There's the other leg. Was it primed? Yeah, it was primed. And there's her head. This is a character from Cyberpunk. And then she has twin tails, which friggin' broke off. I'm assuming this one goes here like this. Is there... No, this... Yeah, I have to, like... There's so much work I have to do on this, because it all fell apart. Look at this, look. Why did that happen? Do you have a bag that has more bags in it? Yeah. No, I don't think I have a bag with more bags in it. I do have a box that's full of boxes. What the heck? Look, it looks like the actual... Anyways, so there's her head. That. A bag of holding. Yeah, I have a box of holding. And then you see she's like that. Right? That's her jacket. I have to strip the paint off her jacket too, but anyways. And then she's got her dualies. She's got her guns. The guns turned out pretty alright, actually. That's the guns. No, I don't abuse my waifu. She just, I don't know. It's my first time trying a figure like this, and it just fell apart. Like, look, like all the pegs fell off because I was using a different type of 3D resin. That's like it's too brittle. It's hard to work with. And I lost one of her hairpins. There's also a Krieger here for some reason. I had 9 missions left in Alien Isolation. Oh, wow. Good thing that the progress saves to the cloud. Here's her shoes. But you can fit anything in the bag, including more bags, including a... What did we put it in the bag? Oh, is this my glossy... No, this is just white. We put something crazy in our bag of holding in our last and only campaign. Her skin color I chose for her skin color is Vampire Polar. And then this color is for the nooks and crannies, as you can see. Wait, no. This one. Copper Verdigris was for the shading. Shading is important. It adds depth. Cause look at this. Like it's just, you know what I should have done? I don't know. I tried to airbrush it. Can't really see it. Cause she has a giant tattoo on her abdomen, but her tattoo is pink. And I tried to airbrush it, but I fucked it up. So I should have just hand painted it, and then her neck broke. The missions are ungodly long. Wow, cool. Anyways, I think I should just strip the whole thing and start fresh. But not anytime soon. First we cook up slowpoke. And her hair color is green. But this is Rebecca from Cyberpunk. That's who it is. Or that's who it's going to be. I don't know. Like, I have to remove so much schmutz. That's okay. That's what sandpaper is for. Yeah, she has a pink tattoo. If you just look up Jessica. Actually, I'll just find a picture of her. Hold on. Give me 2 shakes of a Persian kitten's whiskers. Here. Oh, a lot of these search results are very thirsty. Ooh. Can I just get a normal picture, Google? Please? Why is Siri there? I said Cyberpunk, not The Witcher. And... Excuse me. What the heck, dude? What the heck? I guess she has a Figma. Here, Cyberpunk 2077, Jessica. I should have 3D printed the version of her with the big fists. Where's the one where she's pointing the gun at the guy? Because that's what the 3D model is based on. She's pointing the gun at the guy. I don't care how long Alien Isolation is. I haven't played Alien Isolation in 2 months. Why are we talking about Alien Isolation right now? What the fuck? Where is this? Okay, let's go on the wiki. Everything on the planet has a wiki. Literally. Hold on. Cyberpunk wiki. Well, I guess I can just share this, right? Because it's on Firefox. I don't have to worry about Firefox doxing me. Because I'm not logged into anything on Firefox. Haha. Okay. Characters. What the heck? Oh, this is just for the game. I don't want the game. I want the universe. Fextra Life. This is also just going to be the game, isn't it? Can I get both, the game and the anime? Character information. No, this Fextra Life. It won't have the anime. Okay. Go back. Go back. I am not going on Google Images and searching for this character and removing the safe search. That's how you get banned. Okay, here we go. Anime characters. Okay. Oh, right, it's Edge Runner. It's not 2077. Oh my god. Wait, what? Oh, not. Oh my god. I'm so dumb. Rebecca, not Jessica. Who am I thinking of? Anyways, her. Add rule 34. It helps find more images. No! Are you. No! Absolutely not. See? See, look. It's her jacket. That's why I gave it the fluorescent green, see? Oh, you can't tell. Because she's got, like, it has, like, lights in it or something. Anyways, where's the part where she's pointing the gun at the dude? That's what the model is, that's actually what the model is based on. The 3D model is based on that scene. Is there no gallery? Main gallery. Appearances. What else does she appear in? Cyberpunk 2077. She's mentioned. Wow. Oh my god. I hate the I hate the fandom websites. They're actually just the worst things on the planet. Rebecca's PK Dick tattoo is a reference to science fiction writer Philip K. Dick. That's what this is. Right there, you can actually see it. PK Dick. Alright, you know what? Hold on. I'm being a newbie. I'm being an internet newbie. Cyberpunk. Oh, here we go. Okay, let's see if I can find the scene where she... Oh, there it is! Okay, 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 here it is, here it is. See, this is what this is actually based on. This model is based on this. This image. See? That's why she's wearing... So you can see, she has a tattoo. She has this pink tattoo. Of like I don't know. It's like a devil. It's like a symbol of the devil. Anyways, I should have just hand painted it. That's where, and then also she has like the way that her bikini works. Like I should have just hand painted it. I can definitely hand paint something that's that small. I don't know why I tried to airbrush it. I let YouTube influence me. No, I'm not gonna take Patrick Johnson. Fandom website is what Wikipedia would be if it had ads. Wikimedia owns fandom. Does Wiki own fandom? Dude, it's like every time they change the platform, the fandom platform, it literally, quite literally, it just becomes more intense on your RAM. No, I'm not gonna do it. You cannot convince me. You cannot use my own 8-ball against me. Also, I don't even think when I'm done, when I inevitably revisit this model, which is gonna require all of my accumulated knowledge. Look, the jacket doesn't even really fit. I printed this before I added a heater into the 3D printer. And, see that? Like, it doesn't fit into the pegs. And I think the pegs broke. All the pegs broke. No, no, no. This still has the pegs on the inside. You can't really tell because they're very dark. But they're still there. I should just reprint some of these parts, honestly. But it's such a waste of resin. You're still waiting for Slowpoke? What do you mean you're waiting for Slowpoke, Pepper Chunk? Slowpoke is here. I can't put any more paint down on this because although it looks dry, he looks dry, the bottom layers of paint will still be wet. So if I put paint on this, the moisture from the top layer of paint would suck. It would suck up the moisture from the bottom layer of the white primer. And then you would end up with it would just be terrible. But I have to figure out, I think this is the color. This is Slowpoke's color. Look at this. Look. Oh yeah, that is Slowpoke right there. Look at that. Well, ignore the part where it's separated. That's not its fault. It's because it's the nozzle. It's Texan paint. It knows what it's doing. Look at that. That's so slow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Slowpoke, is that you? Slowpoke. Slowpoke. Perfect. Also really good coverage. And it's so if you ever want to paint your own Slowpoke, his body is Support Breast Cancer Awareness Month pink. Yeah. So just ask at your local Texan paint shop for Breast Cancer Awareness Month pink. The irony is actually they sent this for free in one of the orders that I got from them because Reaper's really good with stuff like that. And so I don't know, if I run out of this pink, what do I ask for? Okay, and then what color? Anyways, you know what? No. Okay, we gotta wait for him to dry. Next week we'll finish him up. Next week. Should I? Also, today has been just a disaster. The Franken PC turned off 3 times. I don't know why it turned off, because I've been running Firefox this entire time. I think it was just a fluke. I don't know. I didn't touch anything. I didn't change anything. I checked to see if the drivers were up to date. The drivers are up to date. Everything is up to date. I don't know what happened. Oh no! My fingy fell off. Not this one, though. Oh yeah, Patrick Chong, if you ever need these gloves, if you ever need gloves like this, and and you want to buy them affordably, just go to Nations. That's where I got them. 150. 150 nitrile gloves. Ooh. Alright. What's a good way to say goodnight? I know. The best way to... I went to Nations the other week. That place is wild. I saw a cockroach in there once, so I no longer get the fresh food. It wasn't anywhere near the fresh food, but... You never been there? It's like the Pie Society's favorite place. I'll give everyone what they want. I know all you perverts want to see the dogs. You always want to let the dogs out. What is... Nightheart may have went to Korea, but did he bring a pair of these home from Korea? I highly fucking doubt it. Alright, I'm going to end the stream now, though. Thank you for coming, everyone. Next week, we shall finish Slowpoke. I'm definitely going to make him... should I make him cross-eyed or make his eyes be pointing in 2 different directions? I want to make his eyes be pointing in 2 different directions. I'm going to cheat on his eyes, though. I know what to do. There's a perfect cheat that I have that I thought of, and it's gonna work perfectly. See these? These stickers that I will never use on anything that are circular, I'll just paint them black, and then I'm just gonna stick them to his face. It's perfect. It's a perfect plan. They're the perfect size. They're literally the perfect size. Look at that. Okay. Take care, everyone. Have a good night. Have a gute Nacht. I wish you the best. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday and have a good Monday. I'll post the schedule probably either tonight or tomorrow. Okay, toodaloo.